I've been a go up the sex in a and I could get you in. You can do it too, believe it. I've been a go up the sex in a and I could get you in. You can do it too, believe it. I've been a go up the sex in a
I would like to, officially welcome everyone to Damire Fashion School. Even though you guys have been on for more than a week, regardless, you still have a couple of weeks to go. And I feel that it's quite important for me to at least say hello to you in the absence of me being there physically. So that's why the world is now a smaller place, somehow partly thanks to COVID-19 pandemic. So in view of that, I welcome you to Damire Fashion School, and I hope it will be a very successful one. And I firmly believe that you guys are having fun with what you are doing, because that's the most important thing in everything you do in life. You guys are graduates, and you've passed through a lot in school. So having been to this point in life, I believe you understand the techniques that is required to be successful. We call this Fashionpreneurship program. And of course, there is no need to lecture you guys about that. You're all graduates, and that's one of the reasons why we decide to partner with federal government through NYC, so that all the issues of trying to lecture people about the basics and rudiments of fashion or explaining what we want to do, we have to skip that. Having this set of graduates in the fashion school. So welcome everyone, and one of the things that I want to share with you, which is going to be a little bit different from the reason why you are in the fashion school. I see, when you finish school, one of the things, I think the major goal that you have is to get a job and start earning some moolah. In the economy that we have in Nigeria at the moment, it is not always what you think that you get or what you hope for, which means that everyone wants to apply for a job and get a fantastic job and start living the life. The way it works for A does not necessarily mean that that's the same way it's going to work out for B. I will tell you my story when I come to see you physically, because I'll see you all either before you finish that program or upon completion of the program. But what I want to say is that, while you are here, fashion or NYC period, it's a very critical period in the life of graduates in Nigerian context. Having experienced that, I see it as the time for you to really sit down, ruminate, and germinate some ideas that can help you to propel yourself to where you really want to be. Some people take it very, very lightly. Some people take it for granted. But the ones that actually use that opportunity of that 1 year to streamline their objective for their life, they always have a way to go around it. I made a decision during my NYC to finish and get out of the country. And I'll tell you the story in another time. But the opportunity that you have in here, I believe you are passionate about what you want to do. It can serve as your major source of income, and it could serve as a nominal source of income for you. Whichever way. I always say it, I wish to have like 50 people that will be in this class. But of course, it has to do with the budget that we have as a foundation. And that's why I will count all of you that are here very lucky to be doing what you are doing. So where I'm going with this is to employ you to take whatever it is that you are doing very seriously. I know your instructor is a well-trained and very smart woman. And so which means the honor rests on you to be able to take advantage of the 3 months that you have here to learn as much as possible. And in the midst of that, you start thinking of what you want to do. It is our hope that by the time you are done, we will come and sit down with each and every one of you and have a discussion. When I say discussion, heart-to-heart discussion to see what you have in plan post-graduation from the fashion school, okay? But, if you take it very seriously, you will gain something from it tremendously. It can be a start of something very unique for you. I have seen people, that started by looking at things on YouTube and they have created a niche for themselves in the market today, something that differentiates them from each other. I would be shocked that after graduation from NYC or pass out, that all of you will still be living in Lagos. It can happen, but the chances of that is very, very slim. And where am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying that the footprint will be in everywhere you go to if you choose to either take this opportunity of whatever you have learned and promote it forward, even if you have a job. You have a job in the bank, or you are lucky to be in the oil company, or you are working in the hospital. I see there is one doctor, Shimenze, as one of the students in the fashion school, which is quite surprising. So I believe someone like that has passion for what she's doing, which is why she decided to come for this program. So please, it is for me to, relate with you, virtually, which like I said, I'll still see you physically, that when you think about the fashion world, when you learning driving, we always say, you tend to follow the pattern of the person that taught you how to drive. But in the real world, and with the rate at which things are going in the digital world, you can learn from a master and be better than that master. Or you identify some of the weakness in your master and leverage on that weakness to create a niche for yourself in the market, which means that while you are doing the fashion stuff, don't think only about the pattern coding or whatever it is. I don't know anything about but I saw you guys drawing something on the paper. But while you are doing that, which is the basics of, the fashion industry, you should start to think, if you are passionate about it, look at the successful people. What have they done to create a niche for themselves in the market? And what are your plans? You should start thinking of having a business plan. You don't need to wait for money to think about a business plan. And the reason for that is simple. If you don't have a framework, you are never going to do anything. So right now, while you are doing this, you already start thinking, maybe I love to do women dresses, or I want to be unisex kind of stuff. And then you start to create a business plan for yourself, which means in your business plan, it's going to be a small startup. We've got different types of entrepreneurship, small startup, scalable startup. In fact, they call some innovator startups and they call some imitators, entrepreneurship. So whichever one you want to call it, I believe is going to be small scale startup, which is basically what you have a lot in the US and even in the Nigerian context. So you start to create that framework in your head on what you want to do, because it's part of what, we will discuss physically, and then have a brainstorm around how eventually whatever it is that we can do to fill the gap that you think you have in terms of allowing you to move forward beyond whatever it is that you want to learn during your 3 months training in Damiri Fashion Training School. I want to believe with some of the 4 days testimony that I saw in the video during your camp time, that you are enjoying yourself. I know last week because of Ramadan and the upper week because of Easter, things have been a little bit great and up and down. So I believe now you will be more focused in terms of learning the trade because you have a limited time. Before you know it, it will be like 2 or 3 weeks to go. So please take it very seriously. For us, it's a joy for all of you to finish and be willing to move forward with whatever it is that you have learned during this period. Because I can tell you from the little I know about the job markets in Nigeria that even if you get a job, then you think about, is it really going to sustain you? You know, sustainability is a problem in the context of Nigeria, which means that you want to be on your own, you want to rent your apartment, you want to own a car, then you ask yourself, how much are you earning? And the implication of that is you need to create another source of income. And the best way to do that is, you know, if you have a skill. So, and that is the skill that you are trying to learn here. I believe that's the reason why you are, you know, you have decided to set up or put up with this training opportunity. So on that note, I want to officially welcome you again to Damere Training School, and also, you know, Prince Fadipe Foundation is happy to have you all on board. I didn't tell you my name. I believe you know my name. Seun Fadipe is my name. I come from one of the smallest states in Nigeria called Ekiti State. I studied geology at the University of Ado-Ekiti, which is now Ekiti State University. It was actually Ondo State University in the past. Okay, and after that time, I served in the east and in the south, which means I redeployed from the east, Enugu precisely, to Port Harcourt, and from there I left the country. Okay, and since then I've been out, but I'm a very firm lover of Nigeria. That the minimum time I come home is like 6-7 times in a year. So some people don't even know I don't live in Nigeria. And, you know, in the course of my sojourn outside, you know, the love for the country has always been there. And so one of the ways to formalize the things that I do is the birth of Prince Fadipe Foundation, which I'll call a family entity, which is under my leadership. Okay. But again, I don't want to start that one with you because beyond the fashion training that you are doing, we will have a dedicated session which is going to be for mentorship, and all of you will be, you know, admitted into Prince Fadipe Fellow. I will be sharing that idea with you with time, and the reason for that is beyond just fashionpreneurship program. I believe some of you would have other ideas that you want to pursue. And we are currently recruiting world-class mentors and advisors across the world who have a root with Nigeria, which means you can tap from their wealth of experience and their network in order to do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you come through the foundation itself. And we'll be posting them on the website, and we'll be announcing their names and biographies on the website very soon. And that's on the social media profile. And that's why it will be important for all of you to follow us on all the social media links, because that's where you start getting them, and that gives you the opportunity to be able to relate with them and you know, get whatever it is that you need from them that is beyond the fashionpreneurship program. So welcome again, and if there is any question from any of you, I would love to hear at least one or two people ask questions.
Good evening, Prince Fadipe.
How are you? Good evening.
Good evening, sir. We thank you. We say thank you for this wonderful opportunity. We really appreciate it. So things like this does not come every time, and then the opportunity has been immense, and then we hope to take the best of it and achieve the best out of it. Regarding the mentorship programs, does it come immediately after the program, and is it going to be physical or majorly virtual, sir? That is the mentorship program.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the program. Sorry, what's your name?
My name is Adekunle. Adekunle.
Okay, Adekunle. I think I saw your video, right? You made the video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Possibly, sir.
Okay. So thank you for the question. Good. So that's a very good question. And for me, it shows that you're actually listening to what I'm saying. So thank you on that front. We are still compiling list of, mentors and people we call advisors. Some of them will be in Nigeria and some of them will be outside Nigeria, okay? But what we're trying to do is, it's not casted on stone yet, is to be able to create maybe once in a quarter or once every month, a kind of team that will have a session for whatever it is that we want to discuss on. For example, I'll give you an insight into one of the things that we are looking at. I got a couple of people with vast experience when it comes to helping fresh graduates to navigate through getting scholarship out of the country. Okay, so which means that if I bring them on board, they are advisors or mentors with Prince Fadipe Foundation, and we have maybe you, Adekunle, you choose that at the end of the day, you don't want to live in Nigeria. You want to further your education. You know the opportunity you have given yourself. You have learned a skill that you can actually use outside the country while you are particularly studying, which is a lot of money-making opportunity when you understand, the old-fashioned work, you understand? So that is one example whereby you really don't need someone that to be physically with you before they can assist you, either by virtue of looking at what you studied in school and getting you into the right path to get an admission and subsequently a scholarship for whatever it is that you want to do. Another one, still in the line of education, because two things that we are focusing on in the foundation is entrepreneurship programs and what I'll call educating young adults, okay? So when I say educating young adults, you are quite used to the word youth empowerment, right? Youth development. So it still falls under that auspice of empowerment and development. But in this case is to educate you, give you the opportunity to meet the right people that can put you on the right path because of their experiences over time, their failures and their successes. They share it with you and they tell you based on what you have studied, this is the right path. It is something I do across the world. I've belonged to so many platforms that I do mentorship for people. So those are the kind of things that we are looking at, and which is why every beneficiary of the foundation is just not saying bye-bye after your 3 months. You can still annex a lot of opportunities that we'll be looking at. And that's why I said that we will finalize those names and start, publicizing their biography and their contacts, hopefully by end of this new month. And the easiest way for you to get to see that is if you have their notification on maybe Twitter or IG or whichever platform that you deem fit for yourself. I always want to encourage every graduate that wants to follow professional line to be on LinkedIn, no matter how shallow your CV looks like right now, because you are just finishing. Just join and connect with people that you think can increase your network. And we will talk about that another time. We've got lots of real life experiences of ups and downs in the course of trying to build a career. And that will help you when you have, because for our advisors and mentors, we will always, let them know that, okay, we will assign basically. So that's the way it will go. You look at them, you look at, okay, maybe I have a medical doctor. For example, I'm bringing in a surgeon, from Stanford University that will be part of the mentorship community, which whoever amongst you, maybe a pharmacist or a medical doctor, wants to harness the opportunity that he is thinking about through that mentor, then that's an opportunity. You speak to us. You are already a fellow of the foundation, and then you can always use that as an opportunity to speak to the person, which will help you do whatever you want to do. That's it. It's not going to be local alone, but it's going to be a dynamic set of people, both home and abroad. So that's one for education. I've got like 2 people that is going to be, residents in Abuja who are, working for United Nations and ECOWAS, for example. So if you think that in that line is something you want to pursue, you will have the opportunity as a fellow in Prince Fadipe Foundation to follow suit and take advantage of that. I hope that's clear.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Thanks for this opportunity. So the question I want to actually ask is, after this program, are we going to be equipped?
God bless you for that question. That means you have been reading a lot about the content that we have on our website. So the answer is yes or no. So I'll tell you why it's a yes or no. At the moment, sadly, not everyone will be. And when we say equipped, it's a very big word, right? There's a lot of things that is required to have, for example, whatever you have in that fashion house, okay? So, and that's why I said, firstly, it requires having a heart-to-heart discussion with you guys physically, which means you have a set of people that would speak to you, firstly, to understand where you are going or what are your plans. If I ask you that, do you have a business plan? Okay. And you cannot tell me what you have in mind. It is very easy to know how serious you are with what you want to do. And at the end of the day, based on individual discussions with all of you, and over time, that is the 3 months that you are spending there, I will tell you there is an unconscious interview that is going on in there that you guys don't even know the yardstick for that. And the reason for that is to actually see or observe the level of seriousness. So I get, I would say, real-time reports about every single of you, even though I don't know you face to face. I think I know your face because I've seen you talk on one of the videos that was sent to me. Okay, that was when, yeah. Don't worry about that. And that's why I'm telling you that there's been an unconscious way of doing interview for all of you. There will be some help coming from the foundation. I'm hoping that it can go around. But if it doesn't, then that will be based on the budget that I have and in the little capacity that I can help in terms of what I'll call a startup. Okay. I will be reaching out to some people before you finish, which is why I want them to see the progress of what you are doing. And if what we are planning comes to pass, then you can be rest assured that as many as possible will get the benefit post the graduation. So there is an opportunity to help, after you finish, but the extent of help is not going to be a full cycle to set you up completely. It's just to see what you need and how soon you need it, and then we look at it with the budget that we have and see how you can be help for your startup. Okay. Are you clear with from the answer?
Yes, sir. Very well. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. And one more thing for all of you, as much as the instructor is observing you, I also want you to observe, because I'll be asking you questions about your impression of the training school, how comfortable you are, and what are your thoughts about your time in the place. So which is going to be feedback into the foundation, and which will be adequately discussed with the board of trustees as well. So it's not a one way. So which means the training school will also be judged based on your impression during the 3 months about their quality of service and quality of delivery in terms of the training. So it's something for you guys as well to observe how happy you are, and how comfortable you are with the quality of what you are getting from there. Those are things that you'll be getting from us. So, on that front, I would like to say a very big thank you for your seriousness and the passion that you have put into doing what you are doing. We also appreciate you as much as you appreciate us, and we are happy that you are taking the opportunity here to do what needs to be done. Okay?
I have a question.
Something? Okay. Hey, I thought you will not show your face. Huh? Madam
The question is from our madam.
Okay, let me hear your
Prince
question.
Fadipe.
Ma?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you? They are making your life very good because you are smiling. I said it looks like you are enjoying what you are doing because they are making you have fun there.
Exactly. So on behalf of myself and the whole Prince Fadipe Foundation trainees, we want to tell you to start asking us the question now. Yes,
no, the reason why I did not ask the question.
Just ask us 2 or 3 questions. Just 3.
No. The reason why I did not ask the question. The reason why I did not ask the question. Okay, wait.
Good evening,
let me put it on speaker. Let me put it on speaker.
Can you see the wife so beautiful? So fine. Yes. Oh yeah, everybody say we love you, man. We love you, man. Oh, you guys are
good to see you.
Good evening, ma. You're welcome to Damire Nursery and Primary School. Okay, she's in KG1. She's in KG2. If you're happy and you don't clap your hands. If you're happy and you don't clap your hands. If you're happy and you don't say we love you. We love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much. Well done.
I just thought to pop in and see your faces. My husband has told me everything about this project, and I'm happy you're getting something really good out of it. My advice would be to pay attention so that you can get whatever you want out of it, okay? And I'm sure you're in good hands. Just come to show my support, okay? Thank you. Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Remy. I don't know if you know my name.
If she passes through Lagos, she will show up at your training center. Okay, guys, you don't mind your instructor. She wants me to ask you questions. I don't want to ask questions when she's there because then she will intimidate you guys. Okay,
You can ask them any question.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. I'll be right back.
Okay, so let me ask you one question. Now that I'm looking at your face, I know you have not really the last 2 weeks. I understand that you had some hiccups because of Easter, and then you also talked about, you know, the heat break as well. So I felt that you are really getting into the groove just now, because now you don't have any excuse of saying there is one Christmas next weekend. You have to come anyway. So in the last 2-3 times that you have been at the training center, what is your feel about what you are learning from the basics? Do you think it is something that in the next 3 months you can confidently say, if you want to start up something yourself at the rate at which you are going? I believe you've been given an outline of what you'll be doing. So would you say that you are, I would not ask if you are happy with this your instructor, because I can see that you guys are one big family. So would you say that in terms of projection, upon completion, you think you'll be able to call yourself not just a basic fashion designer, or you think you still need to go for another shot to be confident of doing something?
Okay. So your question well understood. For like ever since we came here, to be honest, I will lie. I'll talk personally for myself first before I say on behalf of the class. I normally do this freehand. I didn't know anything about pattern at all. And I can say pattern is very different and it's actually accurate. It's something that you can do and make a very lovely dress without adjustments. And for our instructor, she's not only teaching us, she comes to our level, actually. And in the next 3 months, we'll be able to do a whole lot, because she asks you, like, do you understand? As in, she carries everyone together. And the truth is that everyone is actually together. And if you come to our class like right now, and you ask us the same question, we can answer it together. So it's not like one person is behind and one person is in front. She doesn't do that. So everybody has to follow the line and follow the trend. So for everyone in the class, I'm sure that everyone in the class, in my own intermediate class, is actually getting it right. And in the next 3 months, I can even talk for the next person, even if I don't have the same idea with the next person, even if we're doing the same thing. But I can say on behalf of the next person, in the next 3 months, we're actually going to be doing great. And we can actually make clothes. In fact, sir, we will dress you. Sir, if you come here, we'll make sure we'll make a dress for you. Or rather, we'll make an outfit for you. It's that good. As in, she's the best teacher I've ever encountered. And yes, we're actually doing great, and we'll do great. In fact, 3 months is too far. This month already, we can make, like, I think 6 or 5 different types of skirts. Like yesterday, we made one, even if I wasn't around, but we made one. And yes, even today, as I came today, I already learned what was taught yesterday, and I got it right. Just because of how she teaches us and the pattern in which she used to teach us. Everybody must follow. So that's it for me. I'm happy to be here. So
Okay, that's encouraging. Yes, let me hear from you.
Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Milan Shoemimo.
So I'm representing the beginners. So basically, we on the beginners class, we don't know anything about fashion. The only thing we know is just go to the market, buy clothes and wear. So basically, we didn't know anything at all. So right now, we are able to make skirts. I mean, we made a lot of skirts today, and till this afternoon before we came for this meeting, we were still making skirts. And a lot of people even had difficulties in being able to use the machine. But what Miss Damire did that I really loved was that she was able to put all of us on the machine, and then she told us that, you know what, you can do it and then you can get it. And so far, so good. We've been doing very well. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I used to think I'm a very slow learner, but with the way she explains, she'll tell you that, do you get it? There's something she used to say that makes me like, she'll be like, this uncle, we meet this auntie, we meet this uncle. So that whenever you're at home and you're trying to do it, you can always remember that she said that this uncle, we meet this uncle. And there's this, so it's very interesting, and I'm really happy and very lucky to be here. So thank you very much, sir. So far so good. We've been doing very well. In the next 3 months, I think as beginners, we've been able to do very well. All we need to do is just to put more effort, because we didn't know anything like unlike the intermediate. So all we need to do is just put more effort, and then we'll be able to do very well. Thank you very much, sir.
I'm glad to hear that. And you have just hit the nail on the head there. When you say you need to put more effort, so which means that you need to, try to catch up with the intermediate people. Nothing is impossible. You all know the slang that what God cannot do does not exist, right? So I'm very glad to hear that, and thank you for being explicit, in telling me what you are going through, what you are learning in the course of this. And I can see very clearly that if you go at this pace, like you have said, maybe you will sew me clothes when I come. I hope it's not going to be a skirt though. So thank you very much for that. I'm happy to hear that. Maybe that's why your instructor wants you guys to speak as well.
Okay. All right, sir. All right, sir. For me, this is to summarize all and put everything together. This is the start. This is the start of something new, and it feels just right to be here with everybody right here. And for our trainer, Ms. Amir, it's been so great, so wonderful. She's been a huge source of motivation. Like we do fashion illustration, pattern drafting, and sometimes when I snap some of these things and then I post them on my social media handle and people see it, they make comments. They're like, this looks very, very good. This looks very, very exciting. And I'm like, I'm just learning this. I'm just putting this together, and they're surprised. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you've learned this. And then I give credit to whom credit is due to. Madam Doreen, she's been so wonderful. In a short while, it's so unbelievable what we've achieved so far. And then thank you everybody.
No. See, there is something else that you just said, Adekunle, which I'm very happy about. And that is what separates you from every other person. You just made mention of something, that when you create a pattern, you just upload it on your social media page. This is you already letting the world know that you are going through this. People can follow through that you're already in a fashion school. Upon graduation, people will see, the progress in what you are doing. So before you even finish, you're already creating a market for yourself. And that's what I see, that I would say, okay, this person has a passion and has a plan, not just beyond just going for the sake of it and understanding the basics and just get out and go and get 120 or 40,000 job, So it shows that you have a plan and you're already creating a market for yourself. And we all know right now that the world is digital. So if you are not available on the digital space, I would advise you to start doing that, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. You need to connect with the world. I have people, a lot of people in diaspora, what they do is, through these social media pages, they can You know, they connect with people, they send their measurements, you sew clothes for them, and you get those clothes, you know, to wherever it is that you want to get it to, be it US, Dubai, or wherever they find themselves. So it's not only for people in Nigeria in terms of market, and that word is right next to you in your pocket. You know, it's the phone that you have. So that is your marketplace. In fact, that marketplace is cheaper than going to open one big shop to say you want to be sewing anything, you know. So please take advantage of whatever it is that you have, read up more, you know, and think about how you can scale up yourself with a minimum amount of money. You don't need to have thousands of naira before you know, do something. So that's why you start reading up about, you know, entrepreneurship plan and how to do small startups, and then you scale up. So that's one of the things that I will be introducing you guys to. Is I'm still working on it with Tekedia Institute on how to scale up, you know. And so the plan is, hopefully before you graduate, you will be able to have a session with one of the professors in Boston that would, you know, educate you more on entrepreneurship and scaling up for yourself, basically. So it just came to mind as we are talking now. Two things came to mind. I won't tell you the other one right now. I'll tell you when I check in, maybe after 2 weeks again. But it came to mind when the other two ladies were talking to me about their passion and what they are learning. So thank you, Adekunle, for that report. I've been looking forward to speaking to you guys. I saw your pictures, but it's good to, it feels like I'm looking at you physically. I wish I would be able to visit you before the end of your program. And, you know, before you finish, I'm trying to see if your Sahid coordinator will also visit. Yeah, so that's another thing that we're working on. And by the grace of God, that will happen as well. So thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Be very proactive, be very creative, and be very strategic when it comes to your plans as well. You know, keep changing, keep promoting your plan, keep, you know, thinking about that. Yes, and to there will be something that can be done about it upon that. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right. So I will check out from here. Continue doing what you are doing, and above all, please keep safe. You know, don't stay too late. You are in Lagos. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.